here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Gun, 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 gun. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Set. Blue 90.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Green 39. Green 39. Over, 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 over.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he comes back with one complete. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Willie Henry. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Check that guy.
Throwing is Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now let's go. Green 39.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on second down. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They go play action with Jackson. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Let's go.
Play action. It's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
They go play action now. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Justin Tucker for the extra point.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Back to throw now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hut.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Powerful running. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. On 2nd down, Jackson drops it underneath for Collins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Green 39.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Whoosh.
Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. And it spins away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they is incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hot! Hot!
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Here we go now.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down again. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Over!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They go play action here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lane. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action. It's Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19.
Gone.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now back to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Brian Poole. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Packers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll look to throw here. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. 19 yards that time for number 19. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Hurry up, here we go! 3:19! 3:19!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Gone!
Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Set! 3:19! 3:19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Gone!
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. As his guys are in for 6. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Now let's go. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Green 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up the throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give them a 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. Nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now it's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Ravens taking the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium
Here we
here.
go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
They go play action with Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Detroit! Detroit!
Let's go, defense. Let's get on the field, defense.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Ravens on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. And on the ground they go with a running back. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Pass incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Ravens on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Set! 319. 319. Check 4.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot, for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will play on here in overtime. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. High throw, but the catch is made. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He'll look to throw, and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right.